Hey y'all, JS Creations Our Sanity here, and today I'm going to be making a clipboard. So I've got my resin all mixed up. My resin has been setting for about 10 to 20 minutes just to help those bubbles degas before pouring it into this mold. Now this mold takes about 8 ounces of resin. So into my resin, I have mixed some ultra fine rose gold glitter along with it's a chunkier glitter that is a mix of gold and black. And then I've also used a little bit of rose gold mica powder. So that's all mixed in this first batch here. And as you can see, I just filled my mold, hit it with my heat gun to get any bubbles, and I will cover this and leave this set for at least 24 hours before I demold it. Now, I've been asked, how well these clipboards hold up. I've never had a problem with the one that I've been using, and I've used it for several months now. I've never had a problem with it. I think they hold up very well. They're super cute and, customizable. If you are a hard writer, then you might have some problems with like putting, dents or writing marks, scratch marks in it. But like I said, I've never had a problem with mine. So now I have decided to, on the back of my clipboard, some of that glitter kind of rises to the surface and is rough. So I've decided to put a thin layer of black on the back of my clipboard here. So in order to do that, I'm using some Elmer's glue. This is just regular Elmer's school glue here. And I'm putting that on the front of my clipboard to catch any drips that I'm going to have. This glue acts the same way as what painter's tape would. Usually I use painter tape if I've got straight edges. I don't know if I was out of tape at this time. It doesn't matter. I use the glue. It works just as good, if not better, I think, because I've never had leakage like I do on the tape. It does take a little longer to do because you have to wait for that glue to dry. So here, the glue's dry. I've got it sitting on my cups. I've got a little bit of resin mixed up here with just some black mica powder and some black resin dye. And I'm just putting a little bit on here to cover the back of this clipboard. Now you will see some of the glitter through this black. It's not a pure black. So I just make sure that it's all covered, hit it with my heat gun. I will cover this before moving on here. So it's been at least 24 hours. Now I'm taking the glue off the front of my clipboard here. So I just start it with my heat gun, pierce it, and peel it off. Now, I have learned that to get this glue off, you should heat around the edges as you go. So had I done that, had I heated the edges and just peeled this glue off as I went around, it would have come off in one sheet, no problem. But so after I get this all off here, I have decided to put a decal on here. And I just made, it's a dice decal that I made on my Cricut with some glitter gold vinyl. So I'm just wiping the front of my clipboard here because I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to put this. I just eyeball it and stick it on there. So once I get this on here, I will put a a thin layer of clear resin on top of here, just so that everything is smooth for when you're writing on it. So here we go, just a little bit of resin mixed up here. Make sure that's all covered. I will hit it with my heat gun to get any bubbles, and then cover it again and let it set for at least 20, well, I let it set for 2 to 3 days, because my next step here is to put on my clip. So I always leave my boards to set at least 3 days before I actually put that clip on there. So we're getting any bubbles. I will look at it, make sure no air floaties fell in there, and cover it up. I will have all of my supplies listed in the description below, and where I got everything, so be sure to check that out. So now putting this clip on, you know, it's good to have an extra pair of hands, which is what I have here. So I'm trying to record and show you at the same time while my husband's helping me. So I found the middle of my clipboard, put my clip on there, and marked the holes with a Sharpie. And now we are pre-drilling the holes to put the rivets in. So make sure everything lines up here, put the rivets in, and yeah, secure those. So I'm sorry it's kind of shaky here, but it's really helpful to have an extra hand on this part, just to, you know, make sure that you hold the clipboard steady, you know, it doesn't move on you. So here we go, it's all done, looking good, and yeah. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and leave me a comment. And until next time, see ya.